Hey y'all, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my updated full in-depth makeup routine. I'm really not gonna hold you guys for very long for the intro, so I'm just gonna start by pinning back my hair so then it's like out of my face and shit. And also there's like laundry going on next door, and then it's also raining outside, so I'm sorry if y'all be hearing that shit in the background, but it's whatever. My hair pinned back like this is so cute. Wait, hold on. Like, I look good. Like, fuck the makeup routine. I look good like this already. But anyways, that's not what y'all came here for. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with priming my face. Now, I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, the pink one. She's literally out. Like, that's how good she was. I might actually try the blue one because I've heard a lot of y'all say good things about it. So I don't know. We'll see. And I also use the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Smoothing Primer for around my pore area, my nose, like my T-zone area. I kind of just put the primer like generously all around like my face, like all around my face. And then I'll just pat it out. Now, once your gripping primer is fully patted out, I'm going to take the pore filling one, like just a little bit, not too much, because she will go crazy. And I'll just put it like around my T-zone area, my cheeks, my nose, and my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. All right, now next step, I'm going to start on my brows. So all I use for my brows is this Morphe brow pencil in the shade Java. It's the definer brow pencil. It looks like this, if y'all can see a little bit. And I used to use the micro brow pencil, and I was gonna buy it when I like ran out, and then for whatever reason I bought the wrong one. But I actually kind of like it because it's like kind of thicker. If y'all can like, hold on, if y'all can tell, it's like, if it'll focus, it's like a bit thicker. I don't know, I kind of like that. You get more product. And I also use the L'Oreal Brow Lamination. It's like not focusing, hello? And she's also dirty as shit too, so I'm real sorry, but she's real good. And she's like halfway done, not and like halfway dry. I need to get a new one. So I kind of just like to roll my brow pencil like really fucking high, because I don't play about my brows for real. So I don't do like nothing crazy to my brows. I kind of just go off of my natural like brow shape. So I brush them out first, so then I kind of like see the shape that I want, and then I'm gonna like fill it in. I'm gonna get real close to the mirror, so I'm sorry if I go out of frame, but like I cannot look bad right now. Okay, so I don't know if y'all can tell, but you see how I lined the tail? Like that's kind of what you want, and then I just fill in the rest of the brow. So they basically should look like this. Now, like, compare the darkness of this brow to this brow. I don't fill in the front of my brow, like the front, like this part of my brow, I don't touch that. Just saying, because like if you fill in underneath your brow a little bit more, I know a lot of girls do that, but because I have like no eyelids, because I'm Asian as fuck, it kind of gives like the illusion that you have a lot more eyelid space. So there's a reason why I do that. But yeah, it should look like this. I do fill them in a lot darker than what I used to, so just like keep that in mind. But I'm gonna do the same on this brow, and then I'll come right back to y'all. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, my brows are not turning out well, but I think I'm gonna just leave them. So that's what they look like before I blend everything out. Then I'm gonna take the spoolie end, and I'm just gonna like blend everything out. You know, my brow routine is pretty simple. I don't be doing nothing crazy. So I don't know if you can tell a difference between the eyebrow that I blended versus the one I haven't blended yet. I feel like it looks a bit like less harsh, or it just looks blended, like, you get what I'm saying? And then next I will go in with like a lot of brow gel, and I kind of just like brush them up like this to lay them extremely flat. Hold on, I'm trying to stay like in the frame and also look in the mirror, because this phone camera shit is like not giving. It's not as clear as the mirror, you know what I'm saying? Once your shit's all flat like this, okay, you kind of just want to run your spoolie across it to give it shape, but I'm not gonna do it on camera because I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so it should look like that, and I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit just by running my finger across it because we're gonna carve it out anyway. So the top can be a little bit messy, but just like try not to have too much product on it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it should look like that versus the one I haven't done anything to. Now when your brows are like kind of to your liking, I know they look crazy as hell right now, just like trust the process, but once you get them to how you want them to look, I'm going to take my fan and just like dry them a bit, and I'll go back in and like fill in some areas that like the brow gel might have taken off, because sometimes it like disrupts the shit on your face. Does that make sense? I'm so sorry, I'm like hella tired right now as I'm like filming this, but basically if the brow gel took off any product off of your brows, you just want to go back in and like fill in the sparse areas. Okay, next I'm going to carve out only the top of my brow. I do not carve out the bottom of my brow. I don't really put product on my eyelids like ever because I be rubbing my eyes and shit, so I usually kind of leave that alone. But I'm going to be using the YSL All Hours foundation. She is so good. Like, I don't care how much she is, she's really good. Like, she really lives up to her price point, okay? And I'm in the shade MN5. And I'm gonna take like a flat brush, if I can find her, hello. I'll take a flat brush like this. She's dirty as fuck, but that doesn't matter. You want a seasoned flat brush to begin with anyway. So I'm gonna just shake up my foundation. Always shake up your foundations, your concealers, and all that shit, because you want it all to be mixed up and not like separated, you know what I'm saying? So I'll just take a little bit on the back of my hand, maybe about like that much, and then I'll just outline the top of my brow. I'm actually gonna get in frame for y'all, but I just kind of do that. I don't know how good that is because I can't see, but I'm gonna fix it. Basically, I just line the top of my brow and then the top of this brow. So basically that's what the top of my brows look like after carving out the top half, and then I'm gonna put some like right here, and then that will be like literally it for carving my brows, and then I'll just blend it in, obviously. So when I carve out my brows like in the center, I do not go very close to my actual brow. I kind of leave some space because I'm gonna blend it in. Like just wait and watch, and then you'll get what I'm saying. And then whatever's like left over, I'm gonna just spread it out across on my forehead, because I'm not about to waste an $80 foundation, bro. Not in this economy, bro. I'm gonna take a concealer brush now and just like blend out the top of like my brows, like as close as I can to the brow, and then I'm gonna just blend it all up into my skin as well. And then in the center, I'm going to blend up and down like this, and then I'm gonna bring it into the brow as well, continuously tapping. Like it's a tapping motion, you're not swiping this shit. Like don't go doing that, bro. And then if there is any leftover like product, you can just like swipe it under the brow like that, just to clean it up a little bit, but it's like leftover product, so it shouldn't be like next to no product at all. If I'm just like in such weird angles, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to like help y'all see, and then I also need to look in the mirror too. And also this brow is giving me like, dude, it's never done that before. Like this brow is actually turning out how it's supposed to. Like it's supposed to be like in a gradient effect. I don't know why the fuck it looks like that. I'm gonna get back to y'all, hold on. All right, y'all, this is the finished brow look. It definitely looks a lot better. This brow still, or maybe it's just the light, because in the mirror it doesn't look that bad. I tried to fix it a little bit, but oh well. So it should look like this brow, okay? Like we're just gonna ignore the right brow. I don't know what's going on with her, bro. I feel like this makeup tutorial is like really chaotic because I'm kind of just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to tell y'all what I do, and you know, still try and like talk and shit, you know what I'm saying? But right now I'm just taking that same foundation, the YSL one, on like a foundation brush and like spreading it evenly across my face and then down my neck as well. Also, I need to talk about the fact that it's literally like 70 degrees in the middle of January. Like, are we serious right now? I mean, I'm kind of loving this, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't be liking the cold weather like that. So 70, 60 degrees is like my shit. And in the middle of January though, That's kind of crazy because I was kind of hoping for some snow days. I'm not gonna lie. I do not want to be going to school right now. Okay, once you've like put all your foundation spread across your face, you're just gonna take a really dense foundation brush, like really dense, like, yeah, like you want her to be dense as fuck. That's how you don't get like streaks in your foundation if you're using a brush to blend. I do not use beauty blenders or like any other thing to blend out my makeup other than like a brush. Just trust me. Also blend up into your hairline and down your neck into your ears, because more than likely your foundation is not an exact match of your skin, and also you just want it to be blended. Like you don't want no harsh line where your ear and your face meets, you know what I'm saying? Now that your foundation is blended out, you're gonna get your powder ready because we're gonna start doing concealer. And I like to use the Fenty Beauty powder, the loose one. She looks like this in the shade Butter. It's the Pro Filter one. It actually has a name, Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder. That's the one. This is the best thing on the planet. I don't think I will ever switch up on this powder. Just like, trust my word, okay? You're gonna look like you're wearing a filter in real life. Like, just saying. And then I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the one with the white lid. I'm sure it has a name. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Yeah, that one. And she's in the shade Medium Peach. So I kind of just like to have my powder ready so then when I'm like done blending out my concealer, I just have it ready to go so I can set my under eye. Like, that's the key to this makeup. Your under eye will not be creasing unless you're wearing it for 3 days straight. Then yeah, there's gonna be like creasing, but trust me, you're wearing this from like day to night, your under eye is not gonna crease. Not with this pattern, not with my makeup routine. I'm just telling you right now. I'm going to take my concealer and I'm going to put it in these spots right here. I kind of like to wear a lot, so I'm gonna put like 3 dots under each eye, and then I'm going to do some highlighting around my mouth like that. I don't put none on my forehead because my forehead's already big and shiny enough. And then I'm going to let my under eye sit while I blend out my mouth concealer, I guess. I don't know the names to this shit. Just like, don't listen to a word of what I'm saying. Well, do, but like take it with a grain of salt. Just listen, just watch what I'm doing. Does that make sense? And then you'll look great and your makeup will stay on forever, honestly. And it won't crease and you'll look like a filter. You'll be the smoothest bitch alive. And also, I have hella acne. Like, I don't know if y'all saw at the beginning of the video, like I have acne on my jawline, on my cheeks, on my forehead. And trust me when I say that this shit looks smooth as fuck. I get compliments on my makeup like all the time. So trust me when I say that this works. Now for the under eye, I'm going to start by blending it just under the eye a little bit, and then I will take it and I will drag it out. So then it makes like this snatched line that we all love. Like, of course we want to look snatched and shit. So it should just kind of look like that, and then you can just like blend out the rest of it and then blend out your other eye and do the same shit to it as well. Oh, this one kind of came out ugly. Oh shit. I should probably just shut up because I can't do shit while I'm talking, bro. Okay, so I did start baking my face because my dumbass forgot to start recording, but basically I only bake under my eye because I still got other liquid products to use, but like this is the method if you don't want your shit to crease, okay? So next I'm going to go in with liquid bronzer or contour, whatever you want to call it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I found it. Sorry, y'all. But I go in with my liquid contour. I use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand in the shade, if we can find her, in the shade Light Medium. Now, be careful with this product because a lot does like to come out and this shit likes to leak and shit. But I only put it like on my cheekbone, like 3 dots. On my cheekbone like that, and then 4 dots on my forehead like that, and then 2 dots. Like, here's the trick. So if I look straight ahead and you see where the shadow is on my chin, so it's like within this vicinity, I put 2 dots under my jawline like that to create that shadow. I do not like putting like contour or bronzer around my jawline because it looks really muddy on me for some reason, and I didn't do it for the longest time, and now I'm doing it again, but I don't do it like crazy, you know what I'm saying? Then for my nose, I just kind of line the tip under, and then I go over. Oh, that's a lot. I put it over, so then it creates like, there's just 2 lines, and then I'll put 2 lines like on top of my nose bridge like that, if you can see. So this is the contour placement, and then I'll just like tap it in with a big fluffy brush, a big like dense one like this. I don't really ever swipe my makeup anymore. I used to, but I feel like I just kind of got into the habit of not swiping at my makeup anymore, and I kind of just pat it in pretty aggressively, like, you know, like I'm beating the fuck out of my face. But yeah, that's kind of what you want to do. Just like pat with your brush. Take your time with your makeup, unless you're in a rush. But I mean, would you rather look bad and be on time, or look really good and be just a bit late? You know, ask yourself that question. And I also like to take the contour down here and like bring it. Well, I do kind of swipe it in. I kind of just swipe on my makeup like from the neck down because I don't really give a fuck about my neck, let's be real. But it kind of just creates a shadow if I just swipe it like inwards a little bit. Does that make sense? And then for my forehead, I will blend up into the hairline and also down my forehead as well. So then there's not just like a random ring of like contour bronzer on your forehead. But we're also gonna fix it up with like powder later as well, like powder, bronzer, contour, and yeah, pretty much. I wear a lot of makeup, so if you came here looking for some like clean girl beat, you are in the wrong fucking place, girl. Or maybe you're in the right place, you know? Maybe you were meant to be a baddie and that's why this video found you. And then for my nose contour, I'm going to take this like C-curve eyeshadow brush. Like, I know that's kind of weird, but I like how dense it is and how it's like a C-curve. And I'll just blend in the bottom of my nose first. And I kind of go like, I just follow the shape of my nose, and I also kind of put it underneath my nose as well. And then for the top, I just kind of blend it to the sides. I don't do nothing crazy. And then for the lines, I'm just going to tap it and follow my nose all the way up into the brow bone like that. And then I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna look in the mirror because I really don't want to fuck up my nose contour, I'm not gonna lie. So now your nose contour should look like this. I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a little line in the center of my nose where it kind of looks pinched. That's what you want, girl. That's what you want. And even if you don't have it, we can just fix it with highlighter later. So it's really not that big of a deal. You can't mess this makeup up, I'm telling you. All right, now I'm going to go in with liquid blush. I use the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Worth. Here is what she looks like. I'm pretty sure everyone knows, like let's be real, everyone owns this blush. Also, if I keep looking in like weird directions, my phone has like a whole bunch of school notifications going on for whatever reason, even though it's like a Saturday. So I don't know what that's about. So my dumbass phone ran out of storage again, but I just placed 1 dot on like the very tip of my cheekbone, and that's it. And I will just take an angled like fluffy blush brush and just blend it in like so. I'm trying to be quick because I don't want this shit to like dry down. I'm sorry, because I had to clear more stuff off my phone to create storage for this video again. At this point, I think this is a sign that I get a camera or something, because girl, I'm sick of this. And then whatever's left over on the brush, I'll go over my nose and my chin. And even if it's not like as pronounced as you want it to be, we're gonna put powder over it anyway, because it's better than looking like a clown. Because if you put 1 dot of this on your nose and your chin, you're gonna look crazy, because this blush is pigmented, girl, I'm telling you. All right, so now I'm done with like all of my liquid blush and contour. I'm just gonna take a powder puff and start setting like my face, the center of my face. I use a powder puff to set like around my mouth, my nose, and a little bit of like between my brows, and then I use like a fluffy brush to set the rest of my face, still using that Fenty powder because, you know, I don't switch up on my Fenty powder, girl. So as I'm setting my face, especially on my forehead, I try not to get the powder near my hairline because it kind of makes my hair look like it has makeup on it, and it already does, but whatever. I just don't want to make it look worse than it already is, because I'm gonna set the makeup that's like closer to my hairline with powder like bronzer. So that's just a little tip for y'all if y'all don't want to, you know, get all that makeup in your hair, because I know powder and foundation just be like fucking up my hair. All right, so to take off the bake, I'm just gonna take that same brush that I was using to set the rest of my face and just kind of swipe it away like this. And then I know people are gonna look at me crazy. I don't care. Like, this is what keeps my makeup from not creasing. I take a little bit more powder, like about that much. Okay, maybe a little less than that, like this much. And I will press that into my under eye. Like, I promise this powder, like this method and using this powder will guarantee that your makeup will not crease, girl. I'm telling you, I'm putting you on game right now. Like, trust me, I know ball. All right, now I'm going to start with all of my powder products. Hold on, do I look okay? I feel like I'm like a mess and I'm all over the place, but I'm gonna start with powder bronzer. I'm going to be using the Essence Sun Club Luminous Bronzing Powder. It's this really big powder bronzer. What shade is she in? Sunkissed in California. And I actually don't use like a contour brush when I do this. I use a fluffy like blush brush or like a small one, and then I tap it off and I just literally follow in like circular motions. I like to be messy with my makeup, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and like make everything sharp with like powder and stuff. No, I'm not doing all that. But I just kind of follow where I put my liquid bronzer was before with the powder, and I basically kind of just make it darker because the powder does make it seem a bit like softer than what it was. And then for my nose contour, I use a small, very small fluffy brush, and I just go over those same contour lines. I'm not really like particular with like the more tip of my nose, but when it comes to the bridge, like, I gotta lock in and focus. Like, do not get your contour on the sides of your nose bridge. Like, you gotta keep it on top of your nose if you want your nose to look skinny. Now, if you want your nose to look big, then put it on the sides of your nose, like if that's what you're going for, because, you know, everybody's nose is different. And now I take a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and we're just gonna pat like a light layer of bronzer over my eyelids, just so like my eyelids don't look like they're not cohesive with the rest of the makeup look. So I just kind of just brush it over lightly. And now I will go in with powder blush. I use the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Berry Amore, if I can get her open. And I'm just gonna use the same blush brush that I used earlier. I use a lot of my brushes for the same shit, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna just take her, I'm gonna take a lot of her because she's not that pigmented in my opinion, or at least this one's like a softer like blush shade, and I'll just put her right where the liquid blush was. Like, you see how pretty that is? Like, okay, maybe on camera it doesn't look that cute, I'm not gonna lie. My camera be fucking me over, but in person, I promise you, this looks real good. All right, next is highlight. Not judging my palette too much, but I don't know if they still make this palette. It's the Revolution Soph X highlighter palette, and I'm going to be using this like very white champagne color right here. But honestly, all Revolution highlighters are so good that like you could just use any of those. So I just like having the palette because it gives me hella options, you know. But I might have to lock in for this, but basically I just put one, like a dot on my tip, and then a very thin skinny line between my nose contour, and then I'll get back to y'all. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell, but that's what it looks like. It kind of looks like shit on camera, but I promise in person it looks good. But you basically want to get that line between your contour as straight as possible, or else your nose is going to look crooked. And then I'm going to go over my brow bone where the light is hitting it a little bit. And then I'm going to put some on my inner eye corner. And then I'm going to switch highlighters and I'm going to use my, I really hate the reflection that it gives off, but I'm gonna be using the Fenty Diamond Balm in the shade How Many Carats. It's the white one. Also, she's broken as fuck. Like, my makeup has been through shit. That's what she looks like. It's supposed to be white, but all my foundation got all over it and shit. So I'm gonna take like this little fluffy brush and I'm just gonna go along like the very tops of my cheekbones like this. Basically, wherever the light be hitting your face is where you should be putting this. On my chin, and then a little bit, like a tiny bit, like above the brow on my forehead. All right, so I'm trying to like hurry this up because I keep fucking running out of storage and I've deleted like half the apps on my phone. But I'm going to go in with the NYX Epic Ink Liner in the black shade like this. It's literally, I'm pretty sure everyone knows it, but I'm gonna use this to draw on my moles. All right, now for my lip combo. This is what I've been wearing like for the past couple months, like on repeat, okay? Now I use the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. Hopefully she focuses. And then she's in the shade Mason. And my holy grail, like I'm putting y'all on, like I'm telling y'all, and y'all better gatekeep this, okay? Victoria's Secret lip products, especially their lip glosses, the best thing I've ever put on my lips. But today I'm going to be using their shimmer gloss in the shade Starstruck. It's like this really pale, shimmery, like peachy pink color. Honestly, she goes on clear, I'm not gonna lie, which I didn't realize, but honestly, she's still really pretty, so it doesn't matter. But I just kind of line the bottom of my lips and then I overline my Cupid's bow. I only overline my Cupid's bow and then I follow my natural lip shape like down the sides. So basically, your lips should look like this once they're lined. I just kind of blend it in with my lips and then I'm gonna go in with the lip gloss just over top like this. Like, she's so pretty. Like the glitter in it, she has lots of glitter in it, I'll give you that. Like the glitter payoff is so pretty. Like the shine, ugh, it's nasty. Like it's so good. So for my setting spray combo, I really don't be doing too much and I always use the same shit all the time. But first I'll go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter, and then I'm gonna go in with the One Size matte waterproof whatever the fuck On Till Dawn, that's what it's called, mattifying setting spray. So I always go in with the Charlotte Tilbury like first. Oh, why did it spray like that? Okay, so I always go in with the Charlotte Tilbury first so then it can like melt my makeup down, and I kind of just go crazy with that. And then I'll use my fan to like dry my face. I always have to like mentally prepare myself before I spray this setting spray on, but I'm gonna just do like a light layer of it like all over my face. All right, so for my last and final step, I'm gonna put my lashes on. These are the ones that I use. They kind of just look like lash extensions, but they're strip lashes. They're from Shein. Don't ask me the ID code because I won't know. So, oops. Okay, so if y'all can see, I've lined the top of like my lash line with glue. That's basically what you want, and you kind of just let it dry. And for my lashes, I usually cut like around like a little bit off the ends because usually it's too long. I already have a pair that I've already cut, so I'm not gonna like bust out a whole new pair or nothing, but I'm gonna just like take my tweezers. They're really fucking dirty, okay? And then I'll place them in the center like this. I hold it like this and I just like put it on the corner first. Okay, I'll get back to y'all when I'm like done. Bro, my eyes are like watery as hell, but I'm gonna close this door real quick. But this is the finished look. This is the face. As you can see, pretty matte and glowy all at the same time. She's very cute, okay? Like, I swear by this makeup routine. The camera does not do it justice. But yeah, this is the end of the video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, let me know your thoughts, give me product suggestions, tell me what you think. Like, I don't know, like, talk to me. Don't forget to follow all of my social media as well, which will be in the description down below. But yeah, this is the end of my makeup tutorial for 2026. If you guys ever try it, you know, let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye!